Welcome to Addison Wesley's staff development video, The Art of Teaching the Natural Approach. In this video, you will see teachers and students at the Mather School in Boston, Massachusetts. Consultant and teacher Jane Zion Brower organized an in-depth training project on the use of the natural approach at the school.
For the past 20 years, I've taught English to young second language learners, authored materials for them, and worked with their teachers in the importance of trees. And as you'll see, I even dressed up as a tree. I had the pleasure of working with a highly committed and energetic team of teachers who had volunteered to participate in this training. Mather School has had a solid Vietnamese bilingual program for several years, but the teachers at Mather face two continuing problems. First, new students arrive on a regular basis with little or no English skills. Second, students who leave the bilingual program and integrate into mainstream classes still need extra language support. The teachers at Mather wanted to work together to address these problems. My experiences led me to suggest the Natural Approach training project as a good beginning. Changing the way you teach is a process. It is always more comfortable to keep your old ways. The teachers I worked with are to be commended for their openness, hard work, and willingness to make changes. They are Winchi Nguyen, a third-grade bilingual teacher with very little ESL training; Sabine Jules, a third-grade mainstream teacher with no ESL training; Tu Hang Tran, a kindergarten bilingual teacher who does have ESL training; and Sandra Ferrari, an ESL resource teacher and teacher trainer who rotates to schools in Boston on special assignments. The natural approach is a developmental method of teaching that reminds us of how we acquired our first language. Using this approach can help to integrate a class with different levels of language ability.
Precepts of the Natural Approach. There are three major precepts of the natural approach. They are the foundation of all the language learning activities you will see. Comprehensible input. Students acquire language when it is understandable to them.
Comprehensible input is a fancy way of saying that the teacher must be very clear in providing messages for second language students. You can make language more comprehensible by using pictures, props, costumes, music, body language, and gestures along with words. Is this made of wood?
Yes. Yes.
And do you know what this is? It's a maraca. It's a musical instrument, okay? And did it come from a tree?
Yes.
It came from a tree. It's made of wood, okay? Let me show you something else. Did we get this from a tree?
Yes.
Yes, it's made of
Wood.
Yep, it comes from
Low affective filter. Students acquire language when they are relaxed and having fun.
You can make your classroom a safe, comfortable environment where children do not feel anxiety about their language learning, a place where they can enjoy learning. Choral activities are especially non-threatening since no student is singled out.
The thing that strikes me is that there's so much learning that has taken place, and I attribute that to the low anxiety level that is just pervading all the learning and the activities. And it's just been fun, and I think that's the key. We're not pushing towards teaching this language, but it's really such an incredible effort towards acquisition.
Meaningful communication. Students acquire language when they use it for real purposes.
When students work with partners or in small groups on projects, interviews, research questions, or writing assignments, they will have good reasons to communicate with one another.
Tell me what you enjoy most about trees. I get shade in the summer. An animal in a tree. Why do you like this fruit? Because it could clean my teeth.
The The team at Mather School agreed that the best way to implement these precepts was through a thematic unit. We chose to do a unit on trees and recycling that eventually included vocabulary development, science experiments, paper making, poetry writing, and a play.
1, 2, 3, 4. The tree was cut down, and the squirrel family ran to another tree. I need some other tree.
For some activities, we integrated ESL and mainstream students. In other cases, we planned small groups in which ESL students could work more specifically on their language development needs. The training project lasted several weeks, and when it was over, I asked the participants to join in a roundtable discussion to sum up the experience. I'd like to share with you the thoughts and feelings that came out of the discussion, along with concrete examples of the strategies and techniques of the natural approach.
Part 2. Stages and Strategies. Research has shown that all language learners go through 4 stages of language development: pre-productive stage, early production stage, speech emergence stage, developing fluency stage. For each stage, there are key strategies you can use to maximize your students' language acquisition. Stage 1. The pre-productive stage. Students are not ready to actively produce language. Students are listening and beginning to respond in nonverbal ways to show you what they understand.
I think that having talked to a teacher who came up and asked me how come this child wouldn't say anything, you're right that some teacher needs to be reassured that just because a child is not producing the whole sentence doesn't mean that he or she is not learning. Right. He or she is in the first stage. So this one regular ed teacher asked me, how come he wouldn't respond to me in the whole sentence? He would just say, yes, no, but that's about it. For some teachers to know, this child is at a different stage, but this child is learning.
I found that a lot of teachers were very concerned with the silence. They thought the silence was a bad sign. And so just to be able to say to someone, that's fine, they're in the silent period, it's okay. You can just see the relief.
Key strategies. 1. Always begin with comprehensible input, speaking slowly and clearly. A picture, story, song, or chant will set the stage for what you want your students to learn.
Know that we are going to talk about trees. And I wanted to start by showing you some pictures of me when I was 10 years old in a tree. Can you see that? That's me. Because I love trees. See? I would like you to listen to a song, okay? And then we'll sing it together. And it's called I'm a Tree. And then you're going to be a tree, okay? So it goes like this. Listen. I'm a tree, I'm a tree, I'm a beautiful tree. I'm a tree, I'm a tree, I'm a beautiful tree. I'm a tree, I'm a tree, I'm a beautiful tree. And I grow with sun and rain.
2. Provide visual aids and hands-on objects when introducing vocabulary.
Good. These are the 3 categories. We have live in, grow on, and we enjoy. Very good. In this basket, I have some pictures, and I need someone to help me come up and put it in the right category. Live in, grow on, or we enjoy. Young, come on up.
So I have been working in ESL, and I have certainly had access to wonderful materials, but I have never been so aware of the value of actually cutting out pictures, having the children look at through magazines and actually working it out so that you have something that they can hold in their hand. They can see that it's picking apples. They can paste it, and then they can see you writing the word, and you can say this is picking apples. And so all this activity is taking place.
3. Encourage students to participate in music, chants, and stories as you introduce concepts and vocabulary.
When I asked the children the songs we sing in the beginning of the day. So what song do you want to sing? One said, I'm a tree. I realized they really can learn very fast when it's a song.
Okay, and we'll try it all together. Now, show me how you would like to be a tree. Be a tree. You can be like this. You can be like this. You can be like this. Show me your branches. Oh, look at all these different, it's very good. You look wonderful. I'm a tree, I'm a tree, I'm a beautiful tree. I'm a tree, I'm a tree, I'm a beautiful tree. I'm a tree, I'm a tree, I'm a beautiful tree. And I grow with sun and rain. It's not just the repetition of the song, but also that rhythm enters the brain in a different way than speech. And we realize as ESL teachers that we need to connect. We start with that rhythm, and then also you probably see sometimes that then they can't say what they just sang, and so we need to connect the song with the speech. Wooden tables, wooden floors, wooden houses, wooden doors.
We can make many things from a tree. Things for you and things for me.
Don't throw your boxes away.
Don't throw your boxes away.
Recycle them for another day.
Recycle them for another day.
4. Use body gestures to illustrate meaning.
Okay, narrow. Wide. Narrow. Narrow, cái đường đó. The narrow street. Can you make a narrow street? Okay. You make a wide street. Wide street. And this is the car going down the narrow street, right?
5. Model activities for students.
And over here, Miss Brower will show you a game. It's not this kind of game. She will show a game, so she and I will play now, so you can see it, okay?
It's called Go
Could you wait here?
Okay. Yep, and we have lots of cards, and can you see the pictures on the cards? Yeah. We have a tree, and we have rain, and we have leaves, and we have another time rain, and we also have roots, okay, and branch, okay, and all the parts from the tree song.
I have 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And Miss Brower has 4.
Now I can see my cards, but I cannot see Miss Hang's cards. Okay? And I'm going to ask you if you have something in your hand.
You can see
that
my
I
cards
have.
with me too.
Okay?
Okay.
Do you have a trunk?
Do I have a trunk?
No.
No, so I have to tell her, go fish.
Oh, I have to go fish.
I don't have a
Did
trunk.
I fish a trunk? No. Okay, your turn.
My turn. I will ask her, what do you want me to ask her? Son? Okay. Do you have a son?
No, I don't. Go fish.
I'm going to go fishing. Is this the sun?
No.
Do you have a leaf?
Do I have a leaf?
No.
Can you tell her go fish for me?
Go fish.
Do you understand how to play the game?
Do you understand
Okay,
now?
and I'll play here with whoever wants
It's a
to.
different-
Does anybody have a tree?
Yes.
Would you give her? Oh, is that the same as this? No. Okay, you wait, Tui. You wait. Tony's turn. Tony, you.
6. Encourage students to follow simple directions by pointing, touching, or drawing.
Who can find leaves? Who can find leaves? Leaves. Come up and point to the leaves. Truk, you want to come with your partner? Where are the leaves? They're green. There's leaves. Can you find leaves over here? Very good. There's leaf. How about leaves on the coconut tree? Tell me something that we need to draw next. Whose picture is this? Is this yours? What's over here? Can you draw branches now? Can you draw branches with your Can you draw branches for me? Branches? And ask your partner if you're not sure.
Come on, I know you can do it. Come on down. Let's show us what we can do next. Okay, here we have 2 cups of ribbon paper. Now what do I do? Show me.
Show me sun. Show me rain. Rain, okay.
7. Provide opportunities for role play. Students can act out scenes without producing speech.
One day, a man came to the forest. He was very cold. I need a cold man to come to this forest. Why don't you come up, Qua, and become that cold man that comes into the forest? He needed a house. He cut down the tree. 1, 2, 3, 4. The tree was cut down, and the squirrel family ran to another tree. I need some other trees. Oh, I need lots of trees. Lots of trees. You become one of my trees. Nya, you become one of my trees. John, you become a tree.
8. Check comprehension frequently.
Can you make straight branches? Good for you. Can you make crooked branches? Good for you. Can you see right here? Are these branches crooked?
Yes.
Are these branches straight? This one? Yeah, this one is straight.
Is this long root?
No.
What is it?
Short.
It's what?
Short.
Short. Can everybody say short?
Short.
Long.
Long.
Hey, that's a pretty long root.
Stage 2. The early production stage. Students are able to produce one-word answers. All strategies from the pre-productive stage are still crucial.
The teacher can recall an experience where he or she is
Right.
in
First
a
time
foreign
learning,
country,
right.
where you're in a foreign country for a week. One can understand all the signs and all the things people say to you, but you cannot tell people, where's the bathroom? You can just say bathroom and they point and you understand, but you can't respond.
Key strategies. 1. Ask yes/no questions.
Now how about this? Is this made of wood?
Yes.
Did this come from a tree?
No.
No, it didn't come from a tree. It comes from the ocean. It's a starfish. Do I have branches?
Yes.
Are they straight?
Yes.
Are they crooked?
No. Yes.
Are they straight?
Yes.
Are they crooked?
Yes.
Are they straight?
Yes.
Are they crooked?
Yes.
2. Ask choice questions that contain the answer within the question.
Is this a trunk or a branch? Good for you, Hua. Tai. Are these roots or branches? Very good for you. They're roots. Is this a branch or a trunk? Very good.
3. Ask simple WH questions with one-word answers.
Okay, raise your hand if you can tell me something that you see. Yes. Okay, you see a machine. Very good. What else?
Paper.
You see paper down here. Very good. What else? Vaughn? Trees. Mm-hmm.
Stage 3. The speech emergence stage. Students begin speaking in short phrases and simple sentences. Strategies from the earlier stages are still valuable.
You just really need to go out there and catch your own fish, you know? And that's what these kids really have been doing. They've really been doing it themselves, you know? They made the paper themselves. They made the poems. They interviewed each other. They've really been actively involved. And that's what's really so important about learning a language is that you're really in it. It used to be called multisensory. Now we use other words for it, but it's all the same thing. The whole part of the body, everything is involved in it. And when they see the teacher up and around and moving about, you know, and not just statically sitting, you know, it's a wonderful model. An ESL room or a second language room it needs to have movement and activity, and it can't be quiet. It must have sounds.
Key strategies. 1. Model correct sentence structure.
Tigers live in trees. Can somebody help me with this category? Will, come on up. Come on up and pick one and tell me, make a sentence for me.
Apples grow on trees.
Good. Apples grow on trees. Very good. How about this side? Can somebody, Judah, come on up and help me. This side. Can you make a sentence for me?
We enjoy chairs.
Good, because these are things that come from a tree. Ooh, that's a nice picture. Can you tell us what that is?
Bat.
Bats. Can you turn around and show everybody that's a bat? Bat. And where do we put bats? Where should we put the bats?
Bat lives in trees.
Good. Bats live in trees. Yes, can you put that up? Bats live in trees. Thank you very much. Can somebody find me something that grow on trees? Grow on trees? Hun, grow on trees? What grow on trees? What is that? Flowers. Can you tell me the whole sentence, what it says?
Flowers grow on trees.
Good. Flowers grow on trees.
2. Model correct grammar.
Can somebody help me with this word? What's this word right here? S-C,
Screen.
One has a screen and one
Don't have screen.
does not. Okay, this is called a mold frame, and it doesn't have a screen. You put your hand right through it, right? And this one has...
3. Model correct pronunciation.
Okay, show everybody what it is.
Pineapple.
Pineapples. And where do we put the pineapple? Where should we put? Grow on. Can you make a sentence with me?
Pineapple grow on trees.
Good. Pineapple grow on trees. Pineapple.
4. Rephrase what students say.
You have to say something that they can know you are very cold.
Excellent. You have to give a message that everybody will know you're very cold. The message has
Okay. And how about your favorite? What kinds of flowers do you like best?
Rose. My favorite flowers is rose.
You love roses. Did you ever?
5. Help students build their thoughts. This is called scaffolding.
How can the 30 paper put in the
In the blender? Or get clean?
blender? How can it get clean?
Clean? Okay. How can, that's a good question. How will the dirty paper get clean?
6. Provide students with positive role models. Group them with peers at a more advanced stage and with children who are English language speakers.
I think the whole idea of the regular ed children helping the bilingual children has been a plus. And they're really learning a lot from, helping one another.
Because in my classroom, when we do an activity, an English-speaking child said, "Where are the scissors?" And my child would say, "Do this," and they'd go, "The scissors." And then my student would say,
Okay.
because they know where the scissors are, so long as they have the motion to go with the words that the other child is saying.
And that's fascinating too, because they're realizing that if they have to interact, they will find a way.
What's it take? Can't. Thank you.
Stage 4. The developing fluency stage. Students are able to communicate their thoughts more completely. Strategies from the 3rd stage, such as modeling and scaffolding, are still very valuable.
we need to have this kind of environment. We have to have access to this, to these hands-on things. The other day they had these pictures and they were putting them in places, in categories. And so the other day they actually were holding them themselves. And now today they were able to use the same kind of a material and access that into poetry.
Tree gives us fruits. I love tree. Do you see? Trees give us things. So let's plant more trees, even though I don't have to see.
Key strategies. 1. Shelter new content area concepts and vocabulary by using strategies from Stage 1, such as visual aids, music, or chants.
All right, team. Okay, so quickly what's going to happen is station numbers 1, 2, and 3 are science experiments. And we have some plants growing right here. But in station number 1, we're going to find out what happens if you water some plants and don't water other plants. Let's try this chant to see the things we'll do in the folder. Are you ready? Yeah. 1, 2, 3. Water the plant, water the plant. Give it water, water the plant. Measure the plant, measure.
2. Continue modeling activities before students try them.
Look up here. Do you remember this tree and the pictures on the tree?
Yes.
We have living, grow on, and we enjoy. Right now we're going to do an interview. Okay, I'm going to interview Mrs. Brower. On the sheet, you're going to have your name and your partner's name. So whoever you're interviewing, you're going to need to put that person's name, and we're going to interview each other. And I'm going to show you how we're going to do this. Okay? So I'm going to go ahead and put my name where it says name, and I'm going to put Mrs. Brower's name where it says partner's name. Okay? And you're going to take turn asking these 3 questions. Okay? Mrs. Brower, tell me your favorite animal that lives in a tree.
My favorite animal is a monkey.
A monkey. And why do you like this animal?
I like this animal because if you remember yesterday, did you see a picture of me in the very beginning? Where was I?
Climbing.
So people, when I was a little girl, used to call me a monkey because I love to climb trees. But do you get the idea of what you're going to do now?
Yes.
Okay, and you have your partners.
Yes.
So we're going to give you clipboards and we're going to let you move to a place where you can just hear each other and interview each other, okay?
3. Ask critical thinking questions. Encourage students to ask and answer questions using why and how. Continue to help students build their thoughts through scaffolding.
So I would like you to talk with your partner and give me some questions about how you think we make paper.
How can you know to make a newspaper into paper?
Tell me, why do people cut down trees? John?
To make houses.
To make houses, that's the reason. To make... Huh?
And box and...
To make boxes?
Did anybody else read The Jolly Postman? Uh-huh. It was funny? Uh-huh. And what was funny about it? What did you like about it?
The jolly postman left all the way when he goes. He left all the way.
He did? He laughed? Why did he laugh?
Because he's happy. Jolly.
Why was he jolly?
Because he's happy to that day. That day, somebody made him laugh.
Who made him laugh?
I don't know.
4. Provide hands-on experiences that students can then describe and write about.
And in the research center, we're going to look for fruits that grow. Where do all these fruits come from? They grow on trees, and they grow in different climates. Remember, we've talked about different climates, and we've talked about the hot climate, which is near the equator, and we've talked about, anybody remember? Good for you, moderate climate, and that is that near the equator? No, here's, and then the cold. Should we do this quickly?
You want to try the climate song? Okay, let's do it quickly. Is my country always hot? Is my country always cold? Or is it sometimes hot and then sometimes cold? And you're going to use the world map so that you can find the countries where you're going to put your symbols. So you'll be putting some symbols down, you'll be using the encyclopedia, and you'll be getting a fruit. The name of the fruit will be right in this cup, okay? That's in Africa. Okay? Now this country right here, this is Kenya. This is Kenya.
Today is Wednesday.
Part 3. Summary.
You've seen that the natural approach is a developmental process, a way of working with students at these 4 stages of language acquisition. In the pre-productive stage, students may not be ready to produce language, but they are listening and responding in nonverbal ways. In the early production stage, students are able to respond with one-word answers. As students move on to the speech emergence stage, they begin speaking in short phrases and simple sentences. In the developing fluency stage, students are able to communicate their thoughts more completely. At every stage, the mechanics of language will grow and improve as students and teachers remain partners in negotiating meaning.
In the next 2 scenes, you will see examples of multi-level groups interacting in class. Try to decide which stage students are in. Notice how the teacher works with the students to meet them at their individual levels. Scene 1.
Okay, let's climb up the tree. Get to a branch. Put your leg over the branch. Oh, hold on. Go up to the next one. Now, make believe you're sit in the branch, okay? Sit there. What do you see?
A beach.
You see a beach? Oh, I like that
A
tree.
city.
A city house. Uh-huh. We're sitting in the tree?
And a school.
Uh-huh. Good.
And I see a tree.
Good for you. Okay, sit back down.
Scene 2.
Look at this animal. What's this, Vaughn, what's this animal doing in the tree? What's it doing? Would you want to sleep in the tree? Or do you want to sleep under the tree?